Alright guys, in this video I got the SubiSpeed retrofit BiXenon glass housing fog lights. These are HID fog lights. I also have HID headlights, so they're both 5,000 Kelvin. And show you guys how to install these and get a night comparison with the headlights, both stock and HID, and we'll do a review on them. All right. First thing you want to do is go ahead and turn the wheel all the way to the right. So for the fender liner, it looks like the best way is going to remove this splash panel right here. Looks like a clip there, there, some clips here, and then probably a 10 millimeter right there. So we'll pull this plate off and then we'll get direct access to that fog light. Alright, so for the clips, I only took out 3 clips and the 1 screw. So it was this one, that screw up there, and then this back one. And then you can kind of pull this down, actually fold it all the way back out of your way. And that's going to give you access to the fog light. And we're going to be taking out 2 screws right in there. Go ahead and unplug this. So there's a fog light connector. Drop that down. And then we'll get those 2 screws out. Not a lot of room to work with it like this, but it works. You ain't got to take the whole fender liner off. So we got those 2 screws out. And now I should be able to pull this fog light all the way out. So once you have done that, you need to get this black piece off. To get the black piece off, it's really easy. Now that you got this fog light out, you got a good handle. So just reach in here and pull back with some force. And that thing will pop right on off. It's just barely clipped on there. Okay, so to prep your new light, take these screws off the side here. Put this thing on there. And you're going to be using the holes closest to these mounting tabs. And on the back here, it says top. So this is the top. It's going to go in this way. And you want to put in the screw for the innermost side, so the side closest to the bumper, because when you put this on, you're not going to be able to tighten it down. So we're going to go ahead and put on this side. Tighten down, because we're not going to be able to tighten this. So, and you should still be able to see how you can still move this fog light. So get that tight decently, but remember you're screwing into plastic. And actually, before we do this, I'm gonna test this light. I'm gonna put the bulb in. Rather than trying to put the bulb in afterwards, making things all hard. So what you want to do for this HID, because there's one section on here you don't even need. So when you pull this off, you don't even need this connector right here. So just pull that straight out. All right. For this, take this out. Careful not to touch this bulb. Do not touch this bulb. You gotta fish the cap out through the wiring, no problem. And then you gotta get this white cap off. So to do that, you gotta take this red gasket off, grommet, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you know, take that off so you know it goes back on the same way. And where, alright, so when you're putting this HID bulb in, this piece on there, it goes facing down. So when you're holding, I'm holding the top up, and you're going to put this thing in there to where when you turn it right, it goes down. So it's in there, turn it right, and now that piece is facing down. Alright, easy enough. So next thing to do is to put it up in there. But first, I'm going to test this and make sure the light works. You always want to test your HID ballast and everything, because sometimes you get faulty ballast and stuff. So there's only one way to plug this up. You clip these connectors together, and then here's the stock wiring for that. And these are super tight connecting. So, and actually, see this black wire? It's not going to show me, is it? Yeah, on this red piece you have a negative, and so you might have to reverse the polarity on these things. So actually this is not going to snap in, so reverse that. And the same thing with my HID lights, it doesn't snap in, but it's such a tight fit, it doesn't really matter. I actually use some pliers to tighten this clip, because otherwise I couldn't. Okay, it looks like I got it mostly pressed in there. You can see in there, you can see the red is pressed all the way up against the black. So let's go throw on the headlights and see if this fires up. There we go, we got it to fire up. So there's the headlights and the fog lights. So the next step is going to be now putting the fog light in there. You can just leave this all wired up if you want, or you can disconnect it. It's not going to really matter. Make it easier, you can just pop these two connectors off. So remember the top side, make sure you're doing the top, and you know that by this side is going against the bumper over here. So you're going to have to go from the back and put this in there. You can see these two fins on the side here slide in to that bumper right there, and the fog light goes forward. And now you just have to go from the back, put those two screws in. Alright guys, so next thing to do once we have the fog light all screwed in is connect it. So just take these two connectors, pretty simple. And now we need to find a place to put the ballast. I don't have any 3M tape or anything, so underneath the bumper there's this nice hard plastic piece. I'm just going to throw that right back there, and then take a couple of zip ties. I'm going to tie this wiring together so that ballast doesn't come flopping all around.
Once we put that cover back on that we kind of folded back, it'll be fine, but put a wire tie there, and that's held back there, which I think is going to be fine. I don't really think it's going to cause any problems.
And we are done with the wiring part, done under here. If you had the BiXenon, you're going to have this extra little blue piece. I'm not going to worry about this for now, but eventually I'm going to set up a relay and everything to have these come on in high beam form. So when I turn my high beams on, you get another connector with the kit. But for now, don't need that. So you can just tie that with this or whatever. Alright. Now that we have everything cleaned up underneath here. Pull this fender liner cover thing back and just clip these clips back. With everything done underneath and the fog light mostly mounted, we can go ahead and drop the car. And you're going to want to aim these at night. But until tonight, just put this screw in the back here. And then tighten this screw down. Like I said, at nighttime, you want to go ahead and level these headlights on a blank white wall. Last thing to do, put your cover back in. So you want to put these two tabs in first. Put them in the edges there. And then it pops right in. Now I can tell I don't have that fog light straight, but go ahead and get that fog light straight. Right there. You can adjust it too.